Hello again, RJ Nick here. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Drugcraft. In the last episode we just got done extending, I think we pretty much doubled the size of our sugarcane room, which as you can see, this stuff is growing like crazy now. And now we can start harvesting this room a little bit. Like I said, I always try to keep everything harvested. That way it's not just wasting space. Because anything that's done growing could be growing more. You just gotta get out there and replant the stuff. So that's that. And it sounds like our chickens are fully grown too, based on the sounds they're making. So I think that's all the stuff here to harvest. I usually keep one bin that I can just start throwing this stuff into. And I'm also going to need to melt this. And I'll put the gold in the bottom chest because it's the smallest one. And my pickaxe, as you can see, is pretty much dead, so do that. More coal. I mean, you just start finding a ton of coal the more you mine. And then, like I said, later on I'll probably get rid of some of the cobblestone, but for now, since I'm still building so much stuff with it, I'm just going to hang on to it. Same thing with all the dirt. All stuff that later in the game you hate because you have nothing to do with it, but in the beginning it helps out so much. So, if you make a whole room of pumpkins, I actually, before they made the new map, by my old base there was a giant sky farm, which was all pumpkins. It was probably, had to have been at least a couple hundred blocks wide and probably like 60 blocks long, and it was just all pumpkins and glass and everything. You could just run down the aisles and start harvesting pumpkins and harvesting them all and everything, and by the time you'd get done, the aisles were basically full again for you to go back down. It was crazy. Unfortunately, I found it because someone griefed it and there was just water pouring down everywhere, and I was curious to see what it was, which it's kind of, I don't understand why people destroy when they grief. You'd think they'd rather, like, something that big and elaborate. I mean, like I said, you couldn't even harvest it fast enough for the stuff to regrow itself. So why wouldn't you just use it? Just keep going up there, taking the stuff, and just make some money off of it. Why go up there and just destroy it? I mean, I guess some people probably enjoy destroying other people's stuff, I guess. Maybe that's one reason why, but I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. I think actually when I found it, I started trying to replant some of the stuff so I could take advantage of it like that. Cool. Unfortunately, we still have no eggs, and actually, wow, look at that. As I speak of the devil. I was just going to say we have no eggs in our chicken farm, but I guess one of the chickens just decided to let it out. And is it going to be a chicken? No. Darn. Oh well. Soon enough we'll have more chickens in there. But you can see that the farm is working. The egg did get itself down into the chest. And, as you just heard, it laid another one, so not too worried about it. I'll just let them collect for a while. And just keep working on making our stuff bigger. So you can see, I mean, this game's really easy. Once you find a spot that you can trust that it's going to be safe, then you can just start making your farm bigger and start, you know, growing more crops. I like to keep it simple. Usually I'll grow pumpkins just because they're an easy sell. Wheat, I don't know, I don't have much luck with it. I've set up a few automated systems where, well, I try to set them up. I set it up so that it would pick up all the, it would open a piston that would pour water down on multiple tiered fields, and it would harvest everything at the same time, which worked, but unfortunately the items despawned before they got to the end, so it was kind of a bust. But that's how you learn things. I'm sure there's probably ways to do it, but I just ended up after that going through and doing everything manually. Because after you see a couple hundred pieces of wheat disappear, you're just kind of standing there like, no way. Oh well, that's part of the fun of the game. Something that you could be aware of if you don't have any drugs. Like for me, it was easy because when I was out, I found a bunch of different things. Like I found a ton of the sugar cane. I found a bunch of grass, which turned into seeds, and stuff like that. So it really gave me an ability to get a nice head start. But if you don't have access to that, like if you don't find anything, what you can do is type /kit drugs. And what it does is it fills your inventory with one of each kind of drugs. And then you can use those to plant and start your farms. Obviously you're not going to be able to do anything with sugar, paper, feathers. You can't plant those. You can't plant cactus green or anything like that. But it does give you a start and shows you at least what you should be looking for. I'm going to have to look up more on mushroom farms. I looked it up before, and it doesn't look like there's a space-efficient way to farm mushrooms. And I don't think it's the most time-effective thing either. So I'm not really going to worry too much about those. I might try to make a giant wheat farm and see. Because like I said, sugarcane's easy. It sells almost for the same as wheat if you make it into paper. So I'll probably just stick with sugarcane, so we'll make that bigger. But basically, when I am first getting started off, I just kind of keep running around picking up stuff. You don't have to, you can let it all grow, but it's kind of part of the fun. So what can we do next? Should we make a trip to the Nether? Yeah, I guess we could do that. I'm going to take off my good armor and leave it here. And I'm going to take the PvP set. The same way we did /kit drugs, you can do /kit PvP. And what that will do is it will give you a PvP set, which will be 5 pieces of steak, PvP protection 1 boots and a helmet, and iron chest and pants. And I think it also gives you a PvP sword and a potion, so gives you some cool stuff. I think you could use it once a day or once every few hours, something like that. But that way, if you die and lose your armor, you can get it back that way. Yeah, I mean, let's go to the Nether. Let's do it. I'll probably die in there, but I could go for some soul sand. Nether wart is easy to grow, so let's do that. Also, before I go to the Nether, I'm going to finish taking everything out of my inventory that I don't want to lose if I go there. So I'm going to take off my water bucket. I'm going to leave my wood here because I'll leave most of it. I'll give myself 4 pieces. 6. Nope. Screw it, I've got sticks if I had to build something there. Don't need that. Don't need a hoe. Don't need a new one of those. Not going to need an axe there, and I'll need a shovel. So, I'll take my sword, cobble, dirt, I'm going to leave here, just because I won't need that, but I am, actually, no, I'm going to take cobble. I'm going to take a lot of it, because I might use that to cobble up to some glowstone, which would be nice. I'm also going to take a crafting bench with me, just because you never know what you're going to need to build out there. Yeah, and I should be good. The armor, like I said, I don't care about. It's a PvP set. I'm not too worried about it. So I'm going to end this video here. I'm actually going to go to the Nether in my next video. So stay tuned for that if you want to see how that goes. Like I said, I'm hoping to get some glowstone or, you know, glowstone would be nice because it would replace all these torches, or also soul sand, so I can start making a Nether stock farm. Let's see. Cool. I'm just going to finish up these here. Thanks for watching. Like I said in all my videos, make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, favorite, share. Let me know what you guys want to see in future videos. I typically record a bunch of these at a time, so if I ever miss a comment or ignore something, you know, don't take it personally. It's just I'm usually a little bit ahead in creating these videos, so I'll try to answer them as best I can, the comments, and then reference them in later videos going forward to try to answer that stuff. Let's see, get some chickens too. Nope. Alright, eventually we'll get some chickens, but thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.